Hi guys, my name's Deb Marnie and I'm from Aussie Maille. Welcome to our chainmail tutorial channel. Hey guys, big hi, hello, how are you? Really pleased that you were able to make it today and spend a bit of time with us. Today I'm going to show you how to do the Vipera Star weave. It's a unit-based weave, so it's really quite a versatile weave. It looks great as earrings, pendant, bracelet. It's not too difficult to do, it is a little tricky. But anyway guys, let's just jump straight into it. Okay, so as I said, this is a unit-based weave. So I'll just give you a quick look here at what the unit actually looks like. So to do the Vipera Star, I would suggest the following ring sizes. In 14 gauge AWG, which is 1.6mm diameter wire, you'll need rings with an ID of 9 mils, which is these big rings here in the center, and 5.75mm ID. For 16 gauge AWG or 1.2mm wire, you'll need rings with an ID of 6.75 mils and 4.25mm. In 18 gauge AWG 1.0mm diameter wire, you'll need rings with an ID of 5.5 mils and 3.5mm. And then lastly, in the 20 gauge, which is 0.8mm wire, you'll need rings with an ID of 4.5mm and 3mm. You'll also need a pair of smooth jawed pliers. These are pliers from our Xuron range. This one here is our chisel nose plier, and this one is the short nose plier. Okay, so to make up this unit, you're going to need a total of 16 of your smaller rings. So I'm demonstrating in 14 gauge today, so these are the 5.75mm. You'll need 16 of these per unit, and you will need one of your large ring, which in the case today will be our 9mm. So you will need to pre-close 8 of your small rings, and the rest of your rings will need to be open. So you can do that in advance or you can do it as you go along. That is totally up to you. So once you've pre-closed your 8 rings, you're going to take up your large ring, open it up, and pop all of those 8 rings onto it. Okay. Once you've got your 8 rings on there, just close your ring up. Okay. And then taking up another small ring, you're going to feed that through 2 of the rings that are already in weave. Close it up, and you'll make your way around the circle, doing the exact same thing, going through the next pair of rings. Okay, closing it up. One more through the next pair. And then finally placing your 4th ring through the final pair of rings there. Okay, so this is what your work should look like now. And what we're going to do now is, taking this ring here, this last ring that we placed, we're going to flip that down towards the center of our piece for 2 of our sections, okay? So we've got that center ring there flipped down, and I'm just holding that in place there. Now what we want to do is replace a couple of rings, and these rings are going to go through this eye here that's formed with these 2 rings on this pair, and then through this eye just here that's formed by these 2 rings. So through here and through here. Okay, so I'll show you what that looks like with the ring. So taking one of your small rings, Now I'm going to feed this up through the back of the weave and around through the front. That's my preference. I find it a little bit easier to close my ring when I do it that way. You may find that you want to come down through the front and go up, down, around and up. But I like to go through the back first. So coming up through the back and going through that first eye, giving my ring a little twist so that it comes down and goes through the eye that's formed by the next two rings there. Okay, just in there like that. And then once I've got that through there, I'm going to close that ring up. Okay, just flip it back into position now. And this is what our work looks like. So I'm going to do that all the way around our circle. I'm going to come to the next pair of rings. I'm going to flip that end ring down like we did before. Holding it in place, my ring is going to come up through this eye here in our new pair of rings, and it's going to go down through this eye here from our previous pair of rings. Okay, so again with the ring, open it up, and then holding that ring in place, coming up, picking up those two rings there from our new pair, giving it a little twist and coming down through the eye there on our other pair of rings. Okay, once that's in place, closing it up, and our work looks like this. Okay, so we go to our final pair of loose rings that we haven't locked in place yet. And as we did before, we're going to fold that end ring into the center. And again, the space we're looking for here is this one here and this one here. Okay, can you see that? So taking up our ring, we're going to pick up these two rings over here and then coming across and picking up the next two rings there from the previous pair. Closing our ring up. Okay, just flipping that back into position, and our work now looks like this. Okay, so we've got one more ring to place over here to finish locking everything into place. We don't need to flip anything. It's all been done before us. Now this ring can be a little tighter than some of the others to place. But again, we just come up through the back of the weave, picking up the two rings here from this pair, giving it a little twist and coming down through the two rings from the previous pair. Okay, just straight through there like that. And then closing that ring up. Okay, and that's it, guys. That's your Vipera Star unit. Now it does look a little different depending on what side you're looking at it. So it kind of gives you a double bracelet almost. So I'll show you here. I've done a couple of different ways of connecting it. Okay, you can see this one here. I've gone and connected it through these two side rings, and it gives it that sort of look. So again, you can see the slight difference on each side, so you can wear that whichever way you like. This one I've gone for a slightly different connection. Instead of going through this ring here like I have with our previous one, I've gone through two of the wings here that are on the side. Okay, so it gives it quite a different look, a little bit of different shape than this connection point over here. This one here, I've mixed it up with anodized aluminium, and you can see that is quite effective. Again, you can see the different shapes of each size. That's one side and that's the other side. You can see there that it's quite different. And then with the little 20 gauge piece, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it because it's so small, but I've actually, when I've connected these rings, I've deliberately had the units facing in alternating directions. So this one is one way, then I flipped it over for the next one, then back to the previous one, then flipped it over, just to give a little variety to the pattern. So when you are joining it, because there does seem to be quite distinctive sides, you'll need to be careful when you do join it so that they're all facing the one way, or perhaps in a pattern, unless that doesn't bother you and you like it haphazard, then go for it. And then you can do little things like this, make a little earring out of it. This is just a simple drop on one of the units. You could make one of the larger ones into a pendant. You could join the various gauges together and make a graduating drop with the earrings. It's really quite a handy, versatile little weave. But there you go, guys. There's your Vipera Star. Alright guys, well that's it. That's our video today. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial and you found it helpful and inspirational. I'm sure you'll be whipping up some Vipera Stars of your very own. Alright guys, if you did enjoy this video today, don't forget to give it a thumbs up here at YouTube. Share the video, ask any comments or questions down below. We'd love to hear from you. If you would like to support us further and you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to do that while you're here, and make sure you hit that bell so that you'll get notifications every time we upload content like this to our channel. While you're here, also don't forget to check out the many tutorials that we have here on YouTube. At time of recording, we have over 150 tutorial videos, so I'm sure you'll find something there that you like. And last but not least, don't forget to check out the link up here in the corner for our shop, where we sell all the tools and components you will ever need for your chainmail journey. Alright guys, thanks again for taking some time out of your day to join us, and I hope to see you again sometime in the very near future. Bye!